And in the locker room, through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Russell Westbrook.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. The forwards are Porter Jr. and Gordon to his side. In at the guard spots, it's Murray and Brown. And it's Jokic in at the center position. And for Houston, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Alperen Şengün out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Thompson in at the 3. You know, Clark, I've been wondering your thoughts on the possibility of the NBA shortening the season in an attempt to mitigate injury.
Look, Kevin, I've long been a proponent of a shorter season. I think 65, 66 games, 1 month less on the regular season would be great. We know load management didn't decrease injury rates, so I'm not sure a shortened schedule would either, but I do know it would improve the quality of play for the players, and I think that would be beneficial to the fans.
Shot clock at 3. Shoots. A nice shot by Brown.
And Gordon is quick in everything he does, I mean, including how he passes the ball. This guy plays with great quickness.
Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. Thompson from long range. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün.
Defensively, you have to live with Thompson making those, because if you get up too close at the arc.
Look at that.
Oh, my goodness. Watch out.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Green, the pass to Thompson. Van Vliet wide open. No good with the triple. Nuggets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Clark, as you look at the career of Aaron Gordon, he has blossomed into an elite role player.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he's done that. He's embraced his role. He's embraced taking fewer shots and playing more defense and getting on the glass more and making hustle plays. Not everybody would do what Aaron has done. It's a credit to him that he's been able to, again, embrace, not just accept, but embrace the role that he serves for that championship team.
Here's Murray. Score it. His 3rd straight basket in 3 tries.
Only 1 miss in the first 5 attempts, clearly feeling it.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Green. Shot clock at 5. From outside the arc, bangs home the trifecta.
Hey, this team has great confidence in Green's ability to connect from deep. It's really about getting him quality looks.
Here's Brown. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Here's Jokic. And that one is good.
Really hard to move Jokic off the blocks. He's tough down there.
Last outing for Houston, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Thompson. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And when Gordon is launched and in the air like that, he's a mesmerizing guy to keep an eye on and just get out of the way.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey, Kevin, I caught up with Coach Ime Udoka. And when it comes to Jamal Murray, Coach said it's crucial to make sure his defense doesn't slack off on him. He said Murray is a microwave scorer. He can get hot in a real hurry. Our guys know they have to talk with one another out there and help each other out. Communication is key. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Houston. Watson, he's checked in for Denver. Russell Westbrook comes in for Christian Brown. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Thompson. The Rockets again can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 4. Mark, it has been quite a run for the Nuggets, hasn't it, who have made the playoffs every season since 2019.
And how about this, Kevin? They've only been lower than a 3 seed one time in that span. And that was because Murray missed the season due to injury. They are consistently tough.
Smith outside. Five on the clock. Pass to Green. And they get it. And it's good on the way in. Green's got 5 points so far.
Green finds ways to get it done inside. Really intelligent as a scorer.
Now here's Gordon. Here's Jokic. The second chance effort, and the layup is good. Jokic has got his second basket.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Van Vliet kicks to Smith. Pass to Green. Brooks with it. Here's Green. He's covered by Westbrook. To the inside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
And he makes the first. Clark, famously, Fred Van Vliet was undrafted. Why do you think he was overlooked?
Wow, I tell you, I think size. But, man, when you look at his intangibles, it's hard to not be impressed with what Fred Van Vliet has done. He is an incredible basketball player. Smart, tough, skilled, relentless. He's had a great career as an undrafted player. An NBA champion and all-star. Fred Van Vliet's a guy every team wants because he's fun to play with and he plays the game the right way and with passion.
Here's Strother. Whitmore defending. Near the three-point line, it's Westbrook. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Van Vliet against Westbrook. Lets it go from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Van Vliet's got 7. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Denver on top. They lead by 4. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Nuggets.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
They've also displayed a real unselfishness as a team, moving the basketball well, sharing the rock, and giving everybody a chance to participate in the offense.
So on the floor for Denver, they've got Peyton Watson. Russell Westbrook out there with Porter. Then it's Dario Saric. It's Najee in at the 4-man position. Holiday against Westbrook. Misses the layup. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Trailing by 2. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity
of the opponent, and it cost them.
And you know what, guys? It just seemed like they never really had the kind of energy necessary. They just weren't comfortable on the defensive end.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Michael Porter Jr. was the #1 ranked player in high school, but a back injury changed things. He said, my potential may look different now, but as long as I can truly say with what I had, I gave it my all, that's all that success should be defined by. Kevin, he grounds himself in gratitude and the work he's put in.
Thanks, D.A. He is a worker and living the dream. Şengün with the screen for Eason. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. The Nuggets shooting 64%. Beautiful all-around play by this offense. To the middle. It's tipped. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Here's Şengün. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. It reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
The free throw dropped for Şengün. Clark, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches, and we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway, but we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
Schar just screen on Brooks. Westbrook passes to Porter. He's off on that one. Excellent defense there from Smith. Van Vliet outside. Smith on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. To the paint. Here's Van Vliet. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 2 now for the Rockets. Outside, Porter. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Back to Murray. The kick out to Westbrook. Over Brooks. Westbrook, no good. Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Šarić. Here's Brooks, and it's Houston with another.
Yeah, Brooks will just attack you without thinking anything of it.
Murray dishes to Porter. Westbrook against Brooks. Outside, Porter. Wide open look here for Murray. Drops in the tray. Murray's got 9.
Boy, the defense has to respect Murray's range. I mean, there's a reason he's a volume three-point shooter.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to talk to his guys. Last time they faced off, it was right here at home where they couldn't get it done.
And in terms of intensity, they kind of took the night off. Looked like they were just going through the motions.
Yeah, you know, to me, I agree. They just never looked engaged, which is surprising considering how close the game ended up being.
Houston making some changes. Amen Thompson comes in for Smith. And Jalen Green subbed in for Alperen Şengün. And then for Denver, Jokic, he's checked in for Šarić. And it's Peyton Watson in for Porter. Brooks finds Eason. And there's the whistle. That's going to go on Christian Braun. That is his first foul of the game. Van Vliet outside. 1:58 left in the second quarter. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
To the wing on the left. Eason against Jokic. 6 on the shot clock. Jokic makes it look easy inside.
There's just no stopping Jokic on the inside.
Well, Clark, we know Nikola Jokic has many interests outside of basketball, like training his horses.
I love that about him. When basketball season is over, he knows exactly what he wants to do and needs to do to take care of his body, but he's not going to be a slave to basketball year-round. He's got other interests, and he's going to indulge and engage in those. He's got other passions, which I love seeing, and horses apparently one of his other passions for sure.
Here's Thompson. Houston with a new 14. Thompson sets the pick for Green. Back to Eason. Second chance shot. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. And so it's Murray with it. He brings it up for the Nuggets. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Pass to Westbrook. Lets it go with a 3. Rockets with the rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Here's Van Vliet. Three-pointer, Brooks. And no good. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 1. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center.
Welcome to our halftime show. Some excellent basketball so far with Denver in a close game.
You know what? They push the action, but also play within themselves. Show great execution.
And you know, that usually leads to a high field goal percentage, and that's exactly what's happened here. And next up on the docket, a look at some upcoming games. The Pacers will square off against the Cavaliers out in Cleveland. That one gets going at 1 p.m. Eastern.
It's one to watch, kind of a heavyweight matchup.
That's my favorite.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Fred Van Vliet really making a difference here.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Here's Van Vliet. At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Thompson is out there with Dylan Brooks. And it's Şengün in at the 5 down low. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Rocket 6. Van Vliet gets to Green. Buries the long-range jumper. Green's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
Green lethal off the catch. Good rhythm on that play.
Murray the pass to Jokic. Now Porter. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Green. Now here's Brooks. Inside. Here's Van Vliet. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Now it's a 6-point Rocket lead.
More points for Van Vliet. Putting some spice on that pumpkin tonight.
Jokic with it. Picked up by Thompson. Jokic kicks to Porter. Odd pass to Gordon. And stolen by Şengün. Here's Thompson. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Be careless around Şengün at your own peril. He'll pick your pocket if you're not careful.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
And here we can check out the story for Jokic.
There's been a drop-off in the rebounding numbers. He seems to be getting out-muscled on the glass in a way we didn't see earlier in the season. His last 10 games, the totals have taken a huge hit.
.90 seconds now into the second half. Pass to Gordon. Porter kicks to Murray. To stop the run. Thompson with the rebound. Rockets leading by 8. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Brooks left side. Houston moving it around.
And here's a look at some numbers for Van Vliet. How last month turned out for him. He's right around 13 points a night, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. The contributions he's been making on the floor have been a boon for this team. Great stretch of games for him.
Yeah, you know, they've given him more responsibility, and he's responded. And the way he's going, I think his role is only going to increase.
The free throw dropped for Şengün.
What I like about Şengün is how versatile he is. I mean, especially as a passer.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
Tell you what, Alperen Şengün is a big with the modern-day game. He scores in bunches inside, but he also can pass it and shoot it from the perimeter, too.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Murray for 3. The Rockets pull it in. And Greg, something that is so important to this team, Jamal Murray's shot creation.
It is, Kevin. He creates so much with the ball or off of it. The work he puts in on offense frees up everything for his teammates. Great competitor who's really a perfect fit
with this core. And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Denver calls timeout. Jabari Smith, he's checked in for Amen Thompson. As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at the Rockets. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, there's the Nuggets, a couple spots below.
Yeah, right now, though, the Rockets, their fans had high hopes for them this season, and they have not let them down. It's been a fantastic campaign thus far, and they really are set up perfectly for a deep run in the playoffs.
It's obvious their eyes have been squarely on the postseason for a while. It'll be fascinating to see if the regular season dominance carries over. Clearly out of sync to begin this half, 0 for their first 3 attempts.
Jokic with the steal. Here's Brown. Guarded by Green. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Christian Brown. Here's Van Vliet. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Outside, Green. A three-pointer off the mark. The Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Murray kicks to Gordon. To stop the drought, Murray, good. Murray's got 11 points.
Murray using the mid-range, an effective shot for a good penetrator like Jamal. He's a natural scorer.
Pass to Şengün. Back to Van Vliet. Good. And it's Şengün picking up the assist. Şengün's got his 4th assist in this one. The Nuggets trail by 11. Murray with it. He's got 11. Now Jokic. And Jokic is good on the 3.
That high release of the Joker, if you're defending him, you better stay home.
Pass to Brooks. Back to Van Vliet. Şengün with the screen for Van Vliet. Over Murray. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Westbrook scanning the floor. Five to shoot. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. And it's Jokic missing. Rockets leading by 8. Outside, Green. Pass to Şengün. 56 seconds left here in the third quarter. From 11 feet away, Van Vliet can't get it to go.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Here's Jokic. Jokic gets it done right in front, in close.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Van Vliet can't get that one to fall.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Jokic, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now it's just a 4-point Rocket lead.
Boy, Jokic has such special skills offensively and doing some damage in a big way that time on the offensive glass.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Van Vliet. Green inside the three-point line. Money from the wing. Green's got 12 in the game. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets on top, up 6. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Nuggets. Aiden Watson is out there with Dario Saric. Then there's Jamal Murray. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Brown in at the 3 slot. Holiday against Murray. Turnaround Jay. Şengün, no good.
Well, that's a rare miss for him inside. He may have just rushed it a bit. Maybe lost concentration, too.
Yes, that goes in. Russ
is at his best when he's playing downhill. Pedal to the metal, attacking the cup.
Here's Whitmore. He's covered by Westbrook. Offensive rebound. Eason gets a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to Şengün. Eason's got himself on the board with 3 there. We've played just over 1 minute here in the 4th quarter. Murray, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Timeout called, Nuggets. And the Rockets making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Was able to listen on what David Adelman went over with his team. Coach is not happy with that 3-point battle. He told his team, we're down because they're making more threes than us. We have to defend the line if we're not making them at the other end. Guys?
Thank you, David. Westbrook, nice shot from 10 feet out. Westbrook's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And it's Smith penetrating, and it's slammed in by Smith.
And smooth in everything he does. Nice dribble move there by Smith.
So here's Westbrook. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Cam Whitmore. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
Guys, the D hasn't had an answer for the 3-point shooting, which is why they continue to just fire away from deep.
You've also got to commend them for how they've attacked the basket. They've been aggressive. They've not settled and have consistently gone at the rim.
And he knocks down the first one.
Boy, the passion Westbrook plays with is infectious. He plays hard every second he's out on the court.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Gordon's checked in. And Russell Westbrook drops them both.
Westbrook continues to pile up incredible numbers. I mean, his intensity on a nightly basis is absolutely insane.
For three, Van Vliet. Number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
On the wing, Murray. And they call an illegal screen here.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball secure. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Brooks checked in for Smith. Thompson comes in for Jari Eason. And it's Green in for Whitmore. Jokic has checked in for the Nuggets. Michael Porter comes in for Murray.
A slight bump on that play. Brooks just kind of shrugs it off.
To the paint. Here's Gordon. Pass to Jokic. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. Clark, what we appreciate, for some players, success can change them, but not for Jokic. He seems like the same guy.
He certainly does, boy, and he is special. He is so much fun to watch. Seems to be even-keeled and down to earth, but his game is heaven sent for sure.
No good on the free throw.
Whatever this team needs from Jokic, he seems to provide it because he works so hard. Whether it's points, passing, rebounding, improved defensively, love his determination.
Murray's checked in for the Nuggets. He hits the second from the line. And here are the Rockets now. They've led by as many as 11 points. Outside, Green. To the inside. Here's Thompson. Over Porter. Another shot. Thompson misses.
Even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. 7-point differential. Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And Jokic slams it in.
When it's an important possession, Jokic steps up big.
Outside, Green. Back to Van Vliet. And it's Brooks in the corner. Knocks down the three ball. And the Rockets lead by 8.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
That's exactly their plan here in the fourth. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Timeout called. Nuggets. There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Porter passes to Gordon. Here's Jokic over Şengün. And it's Jokic missing. Houston leading by 8. On the wing, Thompson. And here is Van Vliet. Drives to the hoop. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
While Van Vliet is just barely 6 feet tall, he's really a strong dude and a competitor.
That one misses for Van Vliet. Clark, some people have claimed there is too much talent now in this NBA and not enough teams.
Interesting point. I don't know if I fully agree with it. Clearly, talent has always been the driver in the league. I think because the league is generally younger, the talent is not as refined, so therefore you have a little disjointedness with teams. But the blend of talent into teamwork is still what the best teams do at a high level.
Gordon against Brooks.
Physical play finds Dylan Brooks, but he also looks for it. He gives it and takes it.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. He's able to hit the second one, and that will put them up by 9. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Jokic. Here's Brown. And it's off from three-point range. Down low, here's Brooks. He gets that one. Brooks has got the lead up to 11 now for the Rockets.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
30 seconds left in the game. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Here's Van Vliet. And Jokic with the rebound. Murray dishes to Gordon. So we see the Rockets get the win here. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now, our player of the game, Fred VanVleet.